Hello, and once again, thanks for tuning in to watch this video. I have two more Bible references I want to refer to in regards to God's grace. And then I'm going to talk, after this, I'm going to do some teaching out of the book of Jude. But here in 2 Corinthians chapter 6, the Apostle Paul writes and says this: "We then, as workers together with him, beseech you also that you would receive not the grace of God in vain." Do you know that it is possible to receive the grace of God in vain? Now, it's possible for us to receive an abundance of grace and the gift of righteousness to rule and reign in life. But as workers together, there is a need to exhort one another, lest any of us would receive the grace of God in vain. In other words, it would not produce for us, it would not work for us. Then in Hebrews chapter 12, verse 15, it says this: "Looking diligently, lest any man fail of the grace of God, lest any root of bitterness springing up trouble you, and thereby many be defiled." In the other verse, we see that we could receive the grace of God in vain, and here he is talking about fail at the grace of God. So here's the antidote, and here's the thing to watch for, so that you won't fail and you won't receive the grace of God in vain. And that is, number one, looking diligently. That means and refers to looking carefully at everything that Jesus did and everything that the Word of God has to say. The entire counsel of God, the whole counsel of God. Look diligently at that Word. Look diligently at the promises of God. Look diligently also at your own heart and examine yourself constantly. Looking diligently, lest any man fail of the grace of God. God doesn't want us to fail at His grace. And then He says this: "Lest any root of bitterness springing up trouble you, and thereby many be defiled." Now, bitterness can spring up in your life and in the lives of other people. And whenever bitterness is there and it springs up, it'll do two things. It'll cause trouble and it will defile. It'll cause trouble and it will defile. Now, the grace of God cleanses and washes. It gives you the help that you need. It provides for you that free gift of redemption, of bringing you back in restoration. But if you allow bitterness to remain in your heart, or you get around people that are full of bitterness, bitterness will lead to trouble. It'll trouble your soul and it'll trouble other people. It'll trouble your soul and it will defile your soul. That's a powerful statement. The grace of God is given to build us up and strengthen us, not defile us. Let's not allow bitterness to defile one another and defile many, it says. That's what happens when you get around bitter people. It defiles you. It makes you dirty. You don't want to get dirty. You don't want to be trashed, and you don't want to trash anyone else. Look diligently, see the grace of God, and stand. When you've done all to stand, stand therefore, and help other people to stand up once you're standing. You have a great day, and God bless.